Now, what do you do if you're not already in high vibration, meaning you've elevated how you feel and you're feeling great, which means more synchronicity happens and more things just tend to go your way? What if you're not in that state already? What are some things you can do every single day that will put you in that high vibrational state and allow more synchronicity, more things to go your way? Easier than ever. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly the 5 things I do every single day. I'm not just going to tell you about it. I'm actually going to show you how I get in high vibration and stay there. I'm going to show you how to do that too. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron. I help people expand their consciousness. Right now, I'm halfway inside, halfway outside because it's still kind of cold, but I like the lighting. So this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you how to get into high vibration. So first off, you're like, what's high vibration? What does that mean? Does that have to do with electricity? Sort of. What it has to do with is our energy states of consciousness. So every single one of us will resonate at a certain frequency, at a certain vibration. What quantum physics shows us, first off, everything is vibration. So as esoteric as some of this may sound, it's actually rooted in knowing that everything is always moving. And what happens is as we raise our vibrational state of consciousness, we feel better. We're in a higher vibe state, which means also what we think has more potency, has more power. So at the bottom, we have shame, fear, anger. Then what happens, we get to neutrality. We learn how to observe our thoughts. We then are able to disassociate or kind of in a way let go of these lower emotions. Willingness is like willpower. A lot of self-development resonates there. Reasoning is our beliefs create our reality. Being aware of science is also in reasoning. And then love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. Now, in general, music will calibrate at a certain frequency. Some of the music we listen to may only calibrate, let's say like angry death metal music. That may only calibrate at like a 200 or 175. And that will be like, well, why can't I raise my vibration? Well, we may be listening to music that calibrates less than that keeps us in that vibrational state. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you those 5 things that I do in my everyday life. And the first one I want to talk about is, first off, there's a sound called Om. Om. Let's do it. Let's all do it together right now. Om. It's actually more like this, actually. That's like the Western way of going about it. The way you do it is you go, Om. It's like you're making a sound, and then you just close your mouth, and that's what makes the Om. So it's like it just naturally goes Om as you're Om. Now, that frequency resonates at 720 on this scale. That's extremely high. It's one of the highest word syllables that there is when we're talking about that scale of consciousness. So it's getting a little dark because the light is changing. There we go. I really like this camera because it knows. This right over here. So the first thing that I do is something called sound therapy, or using sound to raise vibration. So I found that helps me to change my state. So first off, Om is something everyone can do. I've got this part in my house as well. These are like little crystal bowls. So when I hit these, they make different frequencies. This one right here is the heart chakra. So kind of hear it, maybe a little bit on here. And it goes like that. Now these are just different sound frequencies that you can use, and these are crystal bowls. You do not need crystal bowls though. I know some of you may watch this and you may be like, well, I don't have those. I don't necessarily want to go buy those. Well, what you do is the frequency of your own sound. You have a voice, and you just go, you do Om or any type of mantra. That is very powerful for raising your vibration. Also just in general as well. I used to work in that 9-to-5 job that I didn't really like. And there were times that I would go into work and maybe something would happen that would put me in low vibe. Or I would just allow myself to kind of get there. Maybe a coworker would say something to me and it would get me mad or something like that. Something that always really helped me is anytime I'd get triggered or I'd find myself in a low vibe state, I would go walk around outside. Just walk around outside. So what I would do is, I worked at Barney's and Women's Shoes. I was kind of like in a mall. I would go outside and I normally hang out with the valet. Just kind of like, there'd be like nice cars and stuff, and I would just kind of like walk around. And by walking around outside and breathing in air, even though it was on the Las Vegas Strip, that was something that was very powerful for cleansing my state in a way. And when you move as well, that has to do with your vibration too. So it's almost like you're able to kind of move that stagnant energy in a way. So that's the first one. It's sound vibration. Walking is also very powerful. As I go through these as well, I'm gonna be like throwing in random little things I'll show you that don't really have to do with the 5, so really there's probably like 9 that I share with you in this video, but that's just kind of in general. Now, the second thing I do, which you've probably heard me talk about before, which might sound a little bit cliche, but doing whatever you're passionate about every single day is one of the highest vibrational things that you could be doing. Because when you're doing what you're passionate about, that's your true energy. That's your true vibration. If I wasn't making these daily videos, I wouldn't be authentically, completely myself. If I wasn't expressing myself somehow. Maybe right now that's videos, maybe eventually that's doing live events. But for example, if you look at this right here, this is what I have set up. This was right over there in that corner with that thing, the flipboard that I was just showing you. However, I've been doing them here lately. So I turn on these little lights right here, and this is normally where the camera goes. And I've been doing I do videos here. The reason I do videos every single day right when I wake up is because it's also what I do for a living. So it's like I'm able to get that out of the way, but I enjoy doing it. But doing it every single day, I also do it right when I wake up because I'm in the creative flow. When you come out of the subconscious mind, it's like my mind's primed and ready to go, like right now. And that's one thing you want to do. Now let me show you this quick little analogy, this quick little metaphor that kind of makes it easier to understand why to do this. And I've explained this before, but it's just super important if you haven't heard it yet. It's understanding that every single one of us has an ego self and what's called a higher self or a higher mind. Now what happens is our higher self is on a metaphorical mountain and able to see us in the valley. We're in 3D physical reality. We can't always see what's ahead. We can't always see all of this. However, our higher self can. Our higher self communicates with us in the form of a vibration. That vibration, our higher self, which is still us, is putting off, is the frequency of our passion. Whenever we're doing our passion, it then puts us into a state that says, oh, this is what I'm passionate about. And sometimes our higher self may tell us, hey, go around this way. We may in the ego self be like, that doesn't make sense. There's like a river over there. And it says, no, if you just keep walking, you realize that there's a little bridge that takes you across the river, and then it's quicker and it's even more of an enjoyable journey going up. So the key is to trust the higher self and to do whatever we're passionate about, even when the passion doesn't seem as logical. So it's about being aware of that energy and just following that energy, knowing that it doesn't have to be like, sometimes our intuition doesn't necessarily need to speak to us in the form of a voice like, Aaron, go do that. And I'm like, okay. And then I go do it. And it's like, Aaron, go do that too. Okay. No, it's more so like, our intuition, our higher self, will give us a certain frequency, a certain energy that we then tap into. And then that energy is something that when we go along, good stuff tends to happen because we're in that high vibe state. So that's the second one that I want to share, and it's the one that I find to be very powerful. Now another thing too, if you're wondering to yourself, how do I know what vibration I'm currently at? Well, there's something that I have that will calibrate your vibration. It is a quick 2-minute survey where you answer some things that calibrates your energy, where you're currently at. Then what you can do is I'll show you how to get to the next levels by giving you a personalized meditation. That's one that's for your current level of consciousness that shows you how to get to the next level. So if you want to check that out, you go to whatsmyvibration.com. That's whatsmyvibration.com, or you'll see the link in the top of the description box below. But that will help you to then get to the next levels, understanding that process. So that will help as well. Now, the third way that I go about raising my vibration, and I'm gonna be completely honest here, I do this every single day, at least once or twice. I come out and I walk barefoot on grass. We, in the world that we live in, tend to walk a lot on concrete. We'll be inside. I remember having that 9-to-5 job especially. So this is where I come every day, and I actually come over here. I'm one of those people. I have no problem hugging a tree, okay? I like connecting with nature in general. But that's what I found to be very grounding. And also, I used to, probably heard this story before, but I used to be labeled as someone with ADHD, has a lot of energy. And used to think there was something wrong with me. And because I believed that I had ADHD and I believed the only way to get through it was by taking Adderall, that was my reality. Then what happened is I came across the study of meditation, how powerful it is, started meditating, And then I realized I could redefine myself because I had a label on me that I had ADHD and there was something wrong with me. I changed that label, and then I realized that all I had to do was meditate and ground myself every day. And when you put your feet in grass, what happens is there's an energy that it connects you to the ground, it connects you to earth, and you'll find that energy can leave through the heels of your feet. It leaves through the heels of your feet. That's why walking barefoot on sand as well, on the beach, is so powerful for energy. You're able to release that excess energy, and that helps to raise your vibration. So one thing that I recommend every person do if you can is somehow get on grass, get on sand, get in dirt. It doesn't really matter, just connect to earth. And hug a tree while you're at it. Why not? Now the fourth thing that I do every single day is I binge watch Netflix. Super high vibe. I just put on Netflix. I watched a show called Black Mirror right over there. Actually, I'm just totally kidding. I have been aware recently, and understand that with everything I share, it's in general. So, like, it's not like I can't ever enjoy my life and just watch one show. You can still watch a show. I mean, come on. But be aware of it on your energy. I started binge watching that show Black Mirror. I know it's been out a while. It's super interesting though. And I watched like 3 or 4 episodes a couple days ago. I had really weird dreams that night. And also I just felt like I could definitely feel like it had an effect on my energy. Now, even though I'm aware of it, that's why awareness is the most powerful thing. Even though I'm aware of it, I'm probably still gonna do it sometimes. The key is the awareness though. Like, I stopped at 3 episodes in one day. But in general, one way to raise your vibration is to actually pull back on watching certain content, and especially stuff that may be lowering your vibration. As interesting as that show is, a lot of it can be like kind of painful stuff happening to people, and just not ideal life situations. So I was aware of how it was making me feel, even though it was giving me an initial rush of like adrenaline or whatever when you're watching like some type of show that's suspenseful, you know? So just in general, when you're watching, be aware of how it's making you feel. I've lately been watching a little bit more personal development, like more higher vibe YouTube videos, I guess you could say, and I think that helps. But pulling back from watching the news, especially the news, you know what the news does? Keeps you in fear, anger, gets you angry at what somebody said, keeps you in fear of going outside, of doing certain things, keeps you in these lower emotions. So watching the news will actually keep you from progressing. So the thing I recommend is pulling back on watching the news, pulling back and just being aware of how you feel when you watch certain things, because it has a really powerful effect on your own energy field. Now, first off, I'm going to share with you the 5th one. Let me share with you just some fun things that I do that I'm not recommending. You have to get red light therapy or anything like that. But I do have like this right here, for example, is red light therapy. And what it does is this right here is like that. So it's like this right here. You can kind of see it. This I do for about 20 minutes a day. It's really good for actually like sleep. It's really good for a whole bunch of other stuff. It helps to rejuvenate the body. This is something that I do every day that helps to keep me in high vibration. It's not necessary though, that's why I share these ones, and they don't actually count as the 5, because I know not everyone's gonna be able to get like a red light system. Something else that I do every single day is this thing right over here. This is an infrared sauna. This I found to be one of the best things I've ever got, actually. So I do this thing every day for about 30 minutes. It goes on for 40 minutes tops. It goes up to 160 degrees. It's infrared. Infrared is different than regular sauna, but it heats your body up from the inside out, rebuilds the cellular structure, and does a whole bunch of cool stuff. So the next thing I'm going to share with you is actually the thing that changed my life the most. It's the thing that I think will raise your vibration more than anything else that you could do, and it's the one. Oh, let me show you this real quick as well. This also, I just got done doing it. You can probably see the water on the side right here. This right here is a cold plunge. So it's very cold. It's like a freezer that's been converted into a cold plunge in a safe way. And I do that every day as well. But like I said, those don't even count towards the 5 because I know that they're not as readily available for people. This is my meditation spot right here. And this right here is the thing my grandpa got me. Now, what I do every single day is a simple meditation where what I do is I light this right here, and I stare at the candle flame. Now the reason I stare at the candle flame is because when the eyes are focused on one spot, it makes it very easy for the mind to begin to calm down. Anytime your eyes shift focus, it then takes a new stimulation, and the more your eyes wanders, the more your mind wanders. When you stare at one point, think about it, meditation is like anything where you focus on one thing. It could be a candle flame with sight, could be just closing your eyes and focusing on your breath. Even in transcendental meditation, which I've never really done, but I know it's just like one mantra over and over and over again. And that is what helps people get to a very deep level of relaxation. Now, doing and learning meditation has changed my life so much, because then I was able to disengage from my thoughts. The thing that brings a lot of pain to people is people think they are their thoughts. When you can observe your thoughts, that's when you can see them for what they are, just thoughts. Then you can choose what you identify with. When we think we are our thoughts, that's when pain actually comes in. And when we're attached to our thoughts, that's when suffering comes in. So the key to this is being able to observe thoughts. When you observe thoughts by maybe staring at a candle flame and watching the thoughts as they come into your mind, you start to disengage from them. You start to see them as thoughts. Then you can let them go. And when you let them go, you begin to become free. When I started meditating, my vibrational set point on a scale of 0 to 10 was at about a 3 before. After I learned meditation, it went to about a 7 or 8 out of 10. I started feeling amazing. I started to feel high all the time. Don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything. I meditate. And I do this 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night, at least, maybe 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night, every single day. It has changed my life more than anything else I've done. And it helps you to really disengage and have that neutrality when it comes to lower emotions. So with that being said, what do you do to stay in high vibration? What brings you into high vibration? Go ahead and share below, do the whatsmyvibration.com, calibrate it and share what you got as well. Other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.